Om, 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 Om. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't see it. Hi, it's Wade Goku. For my YouTube subscribers watching this, or for anybody watching this is my live new video that I have posted so far in my paper campaign to make my paper tanks awesome. Better than anybody's paper tanks at all. So, without further ado, I would like to present the new improved M26 Pershing. Features all new features such as ammo storage. Get two of these, one for your main reserve and one for your secondary reserve, just in case you run out of ammo. A new bullet, a new round. This time I implanted this with a nail. I'll explain why in a sec. Because using lead bullets that look like they were from the Revolutionary and Civil War just doesn't cut out for a tank of this beauty. Because one, in real life, Revolutionary and Civil War lead round bullets, I mean they hurt, but I mean they got short range. I mean you have to upgrade the guns to get better range. Plus they don't do that much damage, unlike with a sharper, pointier tip. Another new feature that I have added to the M26 Pershing. How you know with easier ease. Yeah, I can just easily just shoot somebody with this. Not literally, not just to kill them, no. But like I can just shoot out of this tank with so much ease. Because now when you put your mouth on this, the back of the tank, right here, this part won't interfere with you firing from here. Sure, it doesn't look a little bit, sure it looks a little off, but I mean it still looks like a tank. You're just firing from the back with more easier ease. And plus, main feature is now that it's waterproof. That's right, folks. This tank is waterproof. I tested the chassis or the body of the tank by putting it in a tub of water to see if it would float. Turns out it did float. Who knew? So it did float. It resisted having water sink it down, so it had good buoyancy, such to say. And the fact is that there's so much tape on here. I mean, you have to go through layers and layers and layers of tape to even get to the aluminum part, and then just dismantle it from there. So that's gonna be hard. So I want to talk to you about this new upgraded tank. As you may have known from the last video that I put in the info, this tank was used later on in late World War II, and then on from the Korean War, before it evolved to the M46 Patton, then that evolved to the M48 Patton, then that evolved to the M60 Patton, which then evolved to the U.S. Standard Army tank, now known as the M1 Abrams. Currently now is the M1 Abrams 2. They're working on the M1 Abrams 3 as we speak in Lima. It should be in 2016, but I think they're going to cut that down. But anyway, I added this ammo storage. Ever feel like, oh man, I gotta make another piece of ammo? Oh my god. Wow. Don't feel like that at all. You got this ammo storage. So now when you make ammo, you can always store it for later. Just when you want to bother somebody and pick them off, you can just fire at it while making another round. You know what I'm saying? And I added two. As you can see, this is the second one. This was the first one. I added two because, well, I mean, like, this one will eventually run out of ammo. So for the second one, of course, you'll have more ammo storage with it. Made a little bit more smaller so you can see the difference. This one, you can try to see it. This one's obviously a little bit more bigger. Yeah, it's got bigger length and width. This one's just like a square. It's not a rectangle. So yeah. Well, that's one thing that the M26 now has with its new upgrade. Another thing, bullet or shell, so to speak. This, I call this the M26 Mark I. This beautiful baby has good range, decent firepower, decent penetration on light to medium targets, and not to mention good accuracy. Observe. I am putting this into the back of my tank. It has a nail on it. And I'm going to go back here. If you can see this bullet flying, you will exactly know how good this is. I am going to shoot. 3, 2, 1. I shot that all the way from right here, and it came all the way right here. Or here. Oh my god. Here. Not bad range. Can it be better? Of course. See, I learned from doing my research with my science crew that the bigger a shell is, theoretically, the faster it should go, right? Thus proving that it should have faster velocity and have it go farther. That's not always the case because of the exception of a 105mm heat round, high explosive round, or high explosive anti-tank round. It always goes slow, but has good heavy firepower. Deal with heavy tanks, especially if you're playing with tanks like me. But anyway, for example, take a Bear 50 cal and a M16 Pershing. M16 rifle. Bear 50 cal has obviously a 50 caliber BMG bullet. M16 has a 5.56 millimeter cartridge. So here's how this works. You gotta target at 400 yards, walking slowly, going to wherever he's going. So you decide to shoot at him with the M16 rifle. What's gonna happen is the bullet's just gonna go. You get to a certain point where it's just gonna drop. Probably hitting the dude in the leg. So it's not good range if you want to get a headshot. Now, if you have a Bear 50 cal, here's where things get interesting. You got this heavy round, right? Expected to go just slow. However, it shoots very fast. Very fast. So, if you got the dude walking, boom! Headshot. Mind blown. Literally. So, the bullet moves fast because it's weight. And the mechanism has to fire at a faster rate in order to get it to actually move, because that's a heavy ass round. Excuse me. That's a heavy round. So when it's going and you got that mechanism going, just shooting it fast, that's when things get interesting. So I thought, if a Bear 50 cal round can go super fast because it's so heavy, why not have me put this I think 2-inch nail and have a bunch of paper support the weight to balance it out. So it did, and I just gave you an example, and I'll give you an example again. Now I'm going to shoot at a little bit more longer range, about 3 more feet back I just went. Now I'm going to shoot this and just prove how good its range is. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So, as you can see, right here. So, that's another upgrade that this baby has. A bigger, faster, accurate, possibly heavier, because I don't use paper rounds anymore, and just good firepower. Well, you get the gist. You got it. And 3. No, not 3. 4. No, not 3. Just a few more that I'm going to talk to you about. This just allows you to it doesn't allow the bat to interfere with you shooting, so I can just easily acquire my my focus just easily like that, without this interfering with anything on my face that is needed to have this thing fire, like my mouth or chin. So my chin is good, my mouth is completely on the barrel shooting thingy, and I can easily acquire and I can shoot just with ease. Fourth thing is what was the fourth thing? Oh, this is where things get fun, really fun. So, remember that video, how to make a M26 Pershing, the official video? And yeah, remember how I said there was going to be technology in which waterproof tanks would exist? Maybe I didn't, maybe I talked about it, maybe I didn't, I don't know, I didn't look into it, but yeah. So, aluminum, this baby right here. Me and my science crew have been trying to find a metal, a good metal that is versatile, cheap, and easy to use. By easy to use, I mean won't just get everywhere. Cheap, I mean that we could just buy easily for good money. And versatile mean that it can be used for many things, manipulated into many things that you want. Like, I don't know, if you're taking some food home from a friend's house, and you just had a party, and you need something to wrap your food up, keep it warm, aluminum's there. Or how about the time that your mom was about to go to a party, and she needed something to cover some taco salad or possibly something else. Aluminum was there. But, and think about it, if it's raining and you got aluminum to cover it, you think the water is going to get in and it's going to wet up the food? Nope. Unless you're just short on aluminum. Then I don't know what to tell you. But I've been studying that for a year or so. Finally figured out what metal can make my paper tank waterproof. Mind blown. And it is aluminum. So all I did was really cover the weak spots in which water can get into. First part, this. Obviously, water is just going to wet up the base of this, which is the paper, super strong paper alloy, not alloy, but combinations of paper that I just taped up and inputted this into the tank. So all I did was just cover this in aluminum, tape it all together, and boom, waterproof. Next thing, frontal armor. This part. Now that you got the bottom covered, you want to cover this in aluminum as well. Cover this in aluminum so that when the water rushes up on here, because it's on a slope, that way this part won't get wet up. Third thing, this part could definitely use some aluminum covering because water can definitely get on here, and if it's high enough, it could possibly sink. So, in order to, it's this part. So, in order to prevent that, cover this in aluminum. Boom, the water's just sitting on there. Probably pissed off, like, oh my god, why we cannot sink this tank? Finally figured out, oh my god, it's covered in aluminum. We can't get in it. Last part, this part, what a chassis, the rear. Lots of times, I see about 44% times that water sinks this stuff because of the rear. All it has to do is get your first wheel. You may not be able to see it because it does cover in aluminum. But it gets this part, wets up the first wheel. Once one of the first wheels wet up, then it moves to the next, and then the next, and then your last wheel. Basically, that makes your tank more dense and more likely to sink. And nobody wants a sinkable tank, they want a floatable tank. So I covered this in aluminum as well. So with the tank now covered in a whole bunch of aluminum and taped together, the tank's chassis is now waterproof. Did the same for the turret. I didn't do anything for the side that's marked in green because yeah, I didn't do anything for that because the water it's pretending like this is the water, right? And your tank just goes in right here. And so if it's right here and it's rising up here, well, obviously it's not going to wet up this because one, it has to wet up the aluminum, and the aluminum can't get wet up, obviously. And two, this is covering some combinations of good paper that will absorb some decent amount or decent volume, I should say, rushing water. So with that said, that is the main upgrade, aluminum. So now it could be really a tank because now it's covered in metal, and yeah, so well, YouTubers, you try coming up with a name that combines metal and paper. Should we call it a paper tank now? A metallic tank? A real mind boggler, isn't it? Boggles the mind. It really does. Well, one of my associates, she said that why don't we just call it the hybrid tank? The paper metallic tank. It was good at first. She did have us going at first. Really had us going. I was thinking, oh, let's go. But then I thought, paper metallic? You mean metallic paper? It's just like, oh, right. So I'm like, yeah. So that's a real mind boggler. How can it be a paper tank if it's still covered in metal? Well, folks, the whole base is paper. That's what's keeping the structure alive. The paper, different types of paper, you name it. Copying paper they use to print, construction paper, notebook paper. Combine all those together to make a strong, good base that can support the aluminum. You see what I'm saying? So it's still a paper tank, it's just covered in metal now. So that's the real upgrade. The tricky question that you ask somebody, if a paper tank is covered in metal, is it still considered a paper tank? Yes, because the base is paper. So it's still a paper tank. It's just covered in metal. So last thing is stronger, obviously. I mean, combining different types of paper together and adding aluminum, adding tape. I mean, I could just do this, yet still able to fire, such as like this. Still able to fire, and yeah, still able to do that. I mean, I can even do this. Still good. Do this. Still good. Heck, I can even do this. Still good. It's firm, tough, durable. So now you know. Well, YouTube fans, or really my YouTube subscribers, and anyone watching this video, now you know there is a waterproof tank out there. And now you know what makes it waterproof: aluminum. So, in due time, keep subscribing, because there will be a video. I will show you how to make this baby, this beauty. Now, everything ain't gonna be like this. I mean, it's not gonna always be like this tank, of course. But you can always modify it. Let me crack my neck. You can always modify it. You can always try out different types of experiments. I don't care. It's your tank. I'm just showing you how to build one. But I will show you how to make this. Just know that. Because I mean, what's the purpose of making a paper tank if you're not even going to do cool stuff with it? Send it in water, or freaking shoot somebody with it. Not to kill them, but like just play with them. You know, and that. Or freaking just, I don't know, just play with it. Punch it a lot. Just see how tough it is. So, in due time, catch me, making this video on how to make a paper tank waterproof M26 Pershing. That'll probably be the title. Title is subject to change. I am not responsible if you actually do something diabolical. Honestly, this is just for fun, or just decoration. Really, this fun, decoration, leisure. I am not responsible, no whatsoever, if you do something diabolical with a paper tank that you make. Not responsible. It's your responsibility. Take it into your own hands. Okay? Well, I will tell you when I will be. I won't really tell you. You just find it on my YouTube channel, or I mean, you can go to other people's YouTube channels and be, oh, these guys paper tank. But me, I got a waterproof paper tank, and in due time, I will show you how to make. I'll show you this tank is waterproof. Believe me. And plus, I mean, if water gets in the ammo cache, and these, you honestly think that's gonna pull it down? No, because this is way more denser than these two. This is just add-on, honestly. So now you know. Waterproof by aluminum. Easier acquiration. Easier targeting, I just want to say. Better shell, because I'm not using round paper bullets. Maybe for demonstration. Like, I'll even use one right now. I mean, good thing I got this scrap paper. I mean, I'll show you the difference between this and the round that I just put in. All it does is just shoot. All it does is just right here. All it went was just right here. That's it. It's just went right here. However, now if I were to put the new and improved shell, now watch this. It actually hit my computer screen, and with some good damage. Think I want to use these anymore? No, and you shouldn't either. I just use nails for testing, but you can modify it. I'll show you one way. You can always use toothpicks. Now, toothpicks don't do much damage as a nail, obviously, but put so many of them in one little hole, what you get? Yeah, probably not even the same damage as a nail, because, well, it's a nail, supposed to probably hurt, but at least you got something. You just don't want one toothpick and think, oh, it's gonna do something. No, put multiple toothpicks. That will do something to another person's tank, because this won't go through here. That's strong armor. I'm really trying to point this in, but I put so much armor on the funnel armor. It's almost impervious to most pointy things. I mean, even this. Look at that. It's just that tough. But if you just can't find any nails, because I'll just use nails, I'm going to just use toothpicks, because these aren't even my nails. These are my dad's nails. Just in case something happens, he's just going to use nails. Fix something, obviously. I think my mom has nails, probably, but my dad will probably use them. Or maybe my mom will use them. Yeah. So, yeah. This video is on just the new and improved M26 Pershing. And those who haven't subscribe, because when I post the video on how to make a waterproof M26 Pershing with the new bullet, well, shell, why do I keep calling it a bullet? With the new shell and everything, yeah, won't be that bad. And everything. So, you'll get everything in that video. Everything. Aluminum. Just be prepared. Because when you have it, and when you build it, and when you put it in the water, you'll be mind blown. I mean, you probably be like this. Oh my god, it's a float. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, it is waterproof. This dude is amazing. Well, maybe you probably won't be like that, but you'll be like, huh, it does float. I like it. Or maybe you'll just be like, I could do it. I could do that better. But all I'm asking you is, don't copy what I do. I mean, like, don't just make your own YouTube video and try to use my stuff for your own game. I have this pen. Like I had the first video, I had a pen. Alright guys, I will see you later, and I will catch you guys probably subscribing to this video. Okay guys, goodbye. Goodbye YouTube.